Hello, I'm Monica Basson of the Faculty of AgriSciences, and I'm going to take you through the program offering. If you have maths and science at school and you really love those subjects, if you love the biological sciences, if you love solving problems, if you love the applied science, if you like figuring things out, if you like finance, management, the business sector, even if you think of considering doing engineering or a BSc program, then you are watching the right recording. And I will show you why. First things first, Stellenbosch University is the best faculty for agricultural sciences or studies on the African continent. We are the most sought after and influential university in South Africa, and we are highly ranked on an international level. And that really matters because you're going to spend a lot of time at the university, you're going to spend an awfully lot of money at the university, and you want a degree from an institution that is going to open up doors for you, that wherever you're going to work one day, that they will look favorably towards the degree that you have obtained. But there are also certain perceptions about agriculture, and some of them are not favorable. Perhaps you've experienced it yourself. You would say to somebody you're going to study agriculture, and they look at you and say, "Really? I didn't think that you want to become a farmer." Now, I wish that we can tell every learner and every parent and everybody out there that that is not what agriculture is all about. You should really do what Ashel Magnetti, a former student of ours that did his MSc Agric in animal sciences and now working at the Sarnik Group says, where he says that agriculture is booming with opportunities. But you have to look past the general perceptions. And that is that we think that it's a physically very demanding job, that you will have a low income, not a good remuneration, and that there's not opportunities. It really cannot be further from the truth. So what is AgriSciences? AgriSciences is really, it's a science. We train scientists and business experts that use their knowledge within the broader agricultural sector. And in case you've wondered, you do not need agricultural studies as a subject at school level. Maths and physical sciences, those are the important subjects. It is really an applied science, so you will use the knowledge that you gain at university and you will apply it in real situations or real life situations and real problems. It's really art in practice because you need to find solutions within the agricultural sector, within the broader spectrum, for which you will have to be innovative. You need to be creative. You need to be bold. You need to be exceptional. You need to be different. You need to find solutions for really, really big problems. These problems include such as food security, climate change, poverty, environmental sustainability. We really need young, bright minds to find solutions to these problems. But the wonderful thing about it is that if you do study within the field of AgriSciences, that it will lead to amazing opportunities and exciting opportunities across a wide spectrum. You will see that the whole value chain is open to you. So whether you want to go into primary production, whether you want to work within transportation and logistics, exports, imports, retail, wholesale, whether you want to do marketing services, within that whole value chain, that is where your opportunities lies. So you might wonder and think, but how does a typical AgriSciences student look like? Well, I've got good news for you. They don't really look like any different like you do now. You need to have a strong interest in the biological sciences or in the business side of things like logistics, trading, policies, because you will apply your knowledge within the agricultural sector. You need to be innovative and curious. You need to be analytical, ability to work systematically, because yes, solutions in agriculture takes long to find. You need to be a problem solver. You need to be patient. But the wonderful thing is that there's not one typical job for you. So you decide in which industry you want to work and where you want to work. So whether you want to work in the laboratory or out in the field, whether you want to have an office job, whether you want to wear high heels or boots, you decide that. That is the magic about AgriSciences. So the programs that we offer, you will find them on the screen, and we're going to delve deeper into each one of them a little bit later. But I first want to start there in the right-hand bottom corner. I got the BA Agric from Elsenburg program. So Elsenburg Agricultural Training Institute, they are situated 10 kilometers outside of Stellenbosch. They are a separate institution, and they offer different programs at the facilities. That is diploma programs, equine studies, short courses, learnerships, but they also offer a 3-year BA Agric degree program, and they offer that in collaboration with Stellenbosch. So students will exit the Elsenburg Training Institute with a qualification from Stellenbosch, and if you are interested in that specific program, you apply via the Stellenbosch University application program. So what is the difference between Elsenburg studies and Stellenbosch? I think most importantly is to note that Elsenburg is more practical. You definitely have to prefer hands-on learning if you want to go and study there. And students are really interested in the how. How do you farm? How do you make wine? Whereas at Stellenbosch University, it's more theoretical. You prefer to get in-depth knowledge about a subject field, and you're really more interested in the why things happen. Whereas Elsenburg got a 3-year program. Generally at Stellenbosch University, we've got 4-year programs, which will mean that after your 4 years of studies, if you do want to continue with further studies, you will automatically go into your master's degree. So let's look at Stellenbosch University. I referred to these programs earlier. And I think what the great thing about these programs are is that you will never learn only about one thing. To take an example, say animal sciences. So if you want to study in animal sciences, yes, you're going to be taught about the physiology. You're going to be taught about the genetic side because you want to go into breeding. You're going to be taught about the nutrition side. If it doesn't make business sense, then there's no reason in having animals. So you need to know something about agricultural economics. When it comes to the feed, you need to know about soil sciences. You need to know about diseases. You need to know about the science behind it, or the meat science behind it. So you will never only be taught one specific thing. It is almost like a triangular. You start off with a broad basis with subjects such as biology, chemistry, mathematics, bio, physics, bio. That is your basis. The bio behind physics and mathematics, just that indicate that we know that you're not going to become a nuclear physicist. So you don't have to have that in-depth physics science knowledge that students that study that would need. So that is your broad basis. And as you go further in your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th year, then you become a specialist in your particular area that you study. Obviously, there are certain programs that don't look like that. If you're going to study within agricultural economics, then you're going to have business subjects. If you're going to study wood and wood product sciences, you're going to have engineering subjects and not your chemistry and your physics. If we quickly look at the minimum requirements, note these are the minimum requirements and there is selection involved, so you don't only work to obtain these marks, but you need maths, you need physical sciences. There is an opportunity where we accept a few students every year within the BA Agric Agribusiness Management program without physical sciences, but generally you need both those subjects. At Elsenburg, I think the most important thing is that you need either physical sciences or life sciences or agricultural sciences, and then they do consider students with mathematical literacy as well as mathematics. What is important to know is that the programs at the universities are selection programs. So by only meeting the minimum requirements does not generally guarantee you a spot within that program. Work really hard. So what should you do from now onwards? I think for grade 12s, or for everybody for that matter, look at various programs options. I know you all have this dream of what you want to become one day, this one job that you always thought that is what you want to do. But we're really not only interested in one thing. There are many opportunities there, and very often we don't know about those opportunities. So please do look at different career programs, career paths, have a plan A, B, and C for worst case scenario if you don't get selected into your preferred choice. For grade 12s, you can apply for 3 programs. They can be either from the same faculty, they can be from different faculties. If you are in grade 11, please work as hard as possible and get the best possible marks. Because when you apply during your matric year, and we use your grade 11 end of the year results for selection. If you don't meet the minimum requirements, please still submit your application, but unfortunately, then you will have to wait until after matric, until your matric results have been released, and only then we will be able to consider you, and only if there is space in that particular program. So really, it is worth your while to work hard whilst you are in grade 11 as well as in grade 12. For grade 12s, please make sure that your applications are complete. We cannot consider it if there's missing documents. Applications open in April. They close at the end of July. And then also important, apply for bursaries and loans. Don't decide beforehand that you're not going to be good enough. Apply, put your name in that hat. If you need assistance, then please contact us, either at the Faculty of AgriSciences, or you can contact our Client Services Center. But more important, never be afraid to ask for help. Keep on asking until you get the answer that you need. And that is a wrap from my side. Thank you very much for listening and watching. I look forward in meeting you on the Stellenbosch campus.